Hello, this is my very basic tutorial on how to use HitScriber. First of all, we're gonna need to download a program called Monkey, which is gonna be used for all your scripts and everything for Turk. So we go on Google and we write Monkey. We get the first website. Here's Monkey for Chrome. Because I haven't downloaded it, it shows like remove from Chrome, but usually it have like it will be like download from Chrome. Okay, so you need to press on the download button, and then after you download it, as this should appear, restart your Chrome just in case. And after you start it, you need to go a website called Greasy Fork. Okay, so you write Scrabber Greasy Fork. You see the first thing is called HitScriber with export. Okay, that's where we need to go. Instead of reinstall version 4.1.4, there's gonna be install because you don't have it installed. I have it. Okay, so we're gonna install. Gonna click here, shows install, but I have it reinstalled. After it's done, it's supposed to be loaded in Monkey. So how do you access the HitScriber webpage? If you see, I have also links included in this file. I'll upload it with a video. If you see, here is a HitScriber download link. Yes. Down here, it shows all the links you can enter to access the HitScriber. So, for example, I do the first link and I put it here. What we need to do is we need to take this link, copy it to Chrome here, and it opens that. So instead of copying pasting it every single time, we're gonna bookmark this page. Let's say HitScriber to the bookmarks page. Yes. It's supposed to be saved here, okay? It's supposed to be saved here somewhere. Here. There we go. I'm just gonna drag it to here, so it's easy. Okay? So this is a HitScriber interface. I'm gonna try to explain everything in HitScriber in this video. So auto refresh delay is how much do you want the Scrabber to refresh the page per second. So let's say 1, that means it's gonna refresh the hits 1 time per second. Okay, let's say 2, that's 2 times per second. So why you might need to reduce this time, like maybe you're gonna put it to 3 or 2, is 2 reasons. So Turk caps you to how many times you can refresh per second. So let's say you are having it on 1 second and you have your hit catcher or your hit finder open and it's working. When you do some like batch work, if it keeps catching like big numbers of hits, like let's say 10, 20, and you try to do them, it's gonna give you some message that you have exceeded your refresh rate. So you might need to lower this a little bit, like maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Also, if you put in 1 second and you click start, let's see here, for example, it's gonna do this. It's gonna keep changing every 1 second, so it's gonna be very hard to press on anything. Okay, so to press on anything, you actually need to stop it so you can fix the screen and click on something. Otherwise, you can set it to 3 seconds and it's gonna start to move slowly so you can actually have time to click on the new hits. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's for the time. I'm gonna refresh the page again so this disappears. So page to scraps, I don't really know what is it, but I tried changing it and nothing happened, so I just keep it at 1 for now. Okay. Correct for skips. Let's say search additional pages to get a more consistent number of results. Okay, I think this is better. I haven't tried it personally, it doesn't make a difference for me. Results per page is how many results are gonna show in the Scrabber. So for example, I have it set to 100 so I can see a big number of variety, but maybe if you Chrome lags or anything, you wanna limit it to 20 or something. So when you press start, it's actually gonna show fewer hits. You see? Like it shows only the first few for me. If you change it to 40, it's gonna show more. And the reason why it doesn't show actually 40 or 20 when I set it is because I have a lot of requesters blocked. So they're supposed to be showing, but I have them blocked so they disappear. How you do it is you see the R and T letters on the left. So R, if you press it, it blocks the requester. It doesn't show any hit for the requester. But T, if you press it, it just blocks a title like this hit from this requester. So this hit from this requester will not show again. And where you can see this is you have a block list here. See, edit block list. That's a block list you have. That's the name of everything you block. So, let's say last one. I'm going to block this hit. It's called I bought a Turk. Does this receipt contains the following products? I'm gonna block it. I'll cover the block list. I'll go down, 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 down. Exactly, it's here. Does this receipt contains the following products? So if you want to remove it to be able to work it again, you just delete it and you delete the sign after it. Okay, so very safe. That's it. If you search again, it's gonna show. It's gonna show again. It disappeared now. But if you search again, it's supposed to show if it's available. Yeah, see, I post a Turk, are these receipts the same? Okay. So back to the top. Minimum reward. That's the minimum payment the hit pays. So here I have the minimum reward 0.01 because I want to see every single hit that pays 0.01 and up. Okay. If you want to work on surveys that pays, for example, 50 cents or more, put it to 0.50 and you click start. Okay, you search, you give it time to search, it says, yeah, see, here's 0.5 cents, 50 cents I mean, and above. Okay, so this is for the minimum reward. Qualified, you need to check the check next to it if you want to show only the hits that you're qualified to do. So if you remove this, it's gonna show the hits that you don't have certain qualification for, which means you cannot do it. So it's kind of useless. So you have to check it anyway. Masters only, that's you need to check if you want to see only the hits that requires master's qualification. So basically, if you are master, probably you know how to use hit scriber very well anyway. So don't check that. Hide master. So that means it's gonna show, it's gonna hide everything that have master qualification. In the same case, you only do this if you have master qualification, if not just leave it blank. Hide invisible. It says filters out the hit with qualifications that you do not have and can neither request or take a test to. So what does it mean? What is the difference from checking qualified or not? Okay, so hide invisible is some hits you don't have the qualification for, but you can request the qualification or you can take a test to get this qualification. If these options are not available, that means you can never get the qualification. So you check this, so it hides this kind of hits. So yeah, I think checking it is better. Minimum batch size. That's for people who want to work on numerous batches, like let's say A9 batches, like data validation or anything. So let's say I set it to 50, okay? 50, and I click start. Searching right now, retrieving Turk option data. So, okay, I'm gonna do another refreshing check. So it's supposed to show here that the number of hits at 50 or more, like number of hits, how many are available. But I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken. So anyway, I'll just put it to 1, which is default. Okay. Global is applies a minimum batch size filter to all search options. Yeah, I don't exactly know what is that, so I'll just leave it as 1. New hit highlighting. Let's see. It doesn't show anything, so I'll just leave it at default right now. Okay. Sound on new hits. That's if you wanted to do this squeak or ding sound every time a new hits appear, okay? I have it on check, But sometimes it gets really annoying if you have like a minimum reward of 0.01 because hits keeps coming and it's like wee, and it's gonna be really annoying after a while. So it depends on how much you're putting on the minimum reward and if you like it or not, of course. Um, TO, what's TO? TO is an abbreviation for torque options. Okay, so torque option, what is torque option? Let's go. Torque option. So Turk option is a website that is used uh, to report hits and requesters. So let's say you're doing a hit and you didn't really like it, you don't like the hit. So if you download the extension and to Timber Monkey from Greasy Fork, and I'll show that in a different video, you can actually report the requesters that he pays low, you see, like fairness here, which is fairness 3.95, generosity, promptness, and stuff like this, you can actually rate the requester. So what is it good for? If we keep other Turkers like us, if we keep reporting requester for whether they're good or bad, it's always better for us. So maybe when you're doing a hit for a requester, you want to check if he's a good requester or a bad requester. If he pays well, he pays bad. If he is good with communication or bad with communication. It's really nice feedback for other Turkers. So if you disable this, and we refresh the page, we restart. It you see all the hits are in gray. All the hits are in gray. That means you don't get a feedback on how good or bad they are. You just see the name of the hits, how much they pay. But if you enable it and you click start, it takes longer to load sometimes because it's getting this data from another website, so it takes longer to load. So you're basically sacrificing a little bit of time of loading for getting all this feedback. Green means it's good, less green means it's a little worse, yellow means it's like average, white means it's not rated yet, red means it's a bad requester, and so on. Okay. So search by latest, most available, reward title. That means the arrangement of the search. If we do it by most available, it's gonna show how much is available and it's gonna put the highest in the top. So number available here, we see number available. That means how many number of the hits is available. Okay, so this requester, for example, have this patch which is 6754 here, 754. Next one is 442, and that's a number of how many hits this requester have. Okay. So I like to put it by latest. Invert is basically inverting the search option. So let's say you have it by latest and you invert it. It's gonna show the oldest first. If you have it by most available, it's gonna be like show by the minimum available first. Okay. So just like by latest and not check that. Minimum pay torque option. That's not how much the requester pays for the hit. Okay, that's something different. Minimum pay torque option is like basically how good the feedback of the requester is on torque option website. So if you have a higher rating on how much he pays per hit, it's gonna be, for example, 5. Like we're gonna go up to 5. That's like it's gonna go requesters. It's gonna show requesters that only pay very well according to people's feedback, and Darker's feedback, of course. If we put it to 3, that means we are in the middle. That means requesters that pays average to good are gonna show. If you put it to 1, it's gonna show everything. Every requester is gonna show because you're basically showing every requesters that have a feedback of 1, which is the lowest, and more. Okay. Hide number torque option. So getting search results, hide any results that have no or too few. Oh, so if the requester have no feedback, probably it's gonna not show at all, which I don't actually use. I just like to see everything. Sort by torque option B. Okay, so if we take this, it's supposed to show the guys, like the requesters that have a better torque option bay first. Let's try it. So, okay, as I can see, here torque option payment is sorted from highest to lowest. Actually no, I see requesters that have torque option bay lower than higher. Okay, I think this option is not very consistent or it's not working. Let's try it. Yeah, it's supposed to be okay. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not working. I'll just not check it for now. I'll just leave it blank. Okay, search terms. So here, uh, if you want to enter a keyword to show a specific hit, so for example, you see this one? It's called what is good. What is it good for? So let's say what is it? I click search. It's gonna show only the hits that have these keywords in them. So for example, if you're searching for a specific hit, you want to write the words here. Okay? Hide block list. So previously I showed you how to block a requester or how to block a certain hit. So if you do this and you want to show everything that you blocked, you untick this. If you want to hide everything that you blocked, you tick this. Okay? Very simple. Restricted to include list. Okay. So there's something called include list. So I'll show you on the hit finder. It's easier to explain. If you do this, and I pause it again. So if this requester is really good and I want to include his hits, so when this hits from this particular requester comes, it notifies me that this requester just posted a hit because I want to focus on this requester, for example. So what I need to do is I can press on include hit or include requester. So the difference is if you include a requester in your list, every hit that shows up as this requester, you're gonna be notified for it. But if you choose include hit, it's gonna show only this hit for this particular requester when it shows up again. For example, let's say you see a qualification hit that is gonna give you a qualification for a certain requester, and you really want it, but you don't have enough time to keep checking for it. So what you can do is you can see the hits that you didn't catch it and you want to catch in the future. You click here and you put include hit. So every time this hit's gonna be available, it's gonna show on top of here in a green bar, and it's gonna be like notifying you here on the bottom of your screen. It's gonna show a big notification like this hit is available now. You need to do it. Okay. So I don't really know what this option is. It's called outline hits that match your include list with a dashed green border. I have never tried it myself. Anyway, so in here, if you can see, there is a setting. Here you see the block list. This explanation stuff and setting, like you can here change the theme from classic to deluge or anything. Heat coloring. I have never changed anything here, to be honest. Like it's very sufficient to just mess around with these options. So here edit include list. If you want to add the included requesters or the hits, you can do it from Scriber too. You don't have to do it from the Finder. It's just easier to do it from the Finder, okay? Edit block list. I showed you before how to delete and include hits here. Hide panel. Oh, what does this do? Oh, it literally hides a panel up there. Okay. Easier if you just want symbol like that and you don't want it to show more on your screen. Start, of course, start and stop. So I think I've covered everything about these grabbers that I know in this video. Maybe there's other things that I haven't discovered yet. If you are facing any troubles or you want to know something else, please feel free to ask me. I'll just post the video on the Facebook group right now. Good luck.